Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to our third attempt at watching Back to the Future 2015. I'm here. This is a fan film, by the way. I'm here with a motley crew of nerds. First of all, Shredder, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. As they say, third time's the charm.
Third time is a charm, my friend. We have Leia as well. How you doing? Welcome back, Leia. Good to see you again.
I'm doing all right. Yeah, things have been a little hectic for me, so I haven't been on lately. Sorry about that. I'm happy to be here now.
Very good. Hopefully, with you with us, maybe luck will change to our side, the good side. All right, Gary, how you doing, mate?
I'm alright.
Very good, cousin Cheeto.
Howdy.
Just
And
flying here.
finally, but not least, the block.
Hi, I'm gonna keep my mic muted because I got lots of noise going on in the background.
Perfect. I think that suits everybody. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get this show on the road. So I'm gonna do a little countdown, and then we're gonna start. Actually, countdown's not required, but I've already said I'll do a countdown, so we're gonna start. Five, four, three, two, one. Let's go.
Future. Unbelievable.
Oh, we got to make sure we don't get copyrighted on the audio here too. So, I mean,
Yes, yes.
oh no, we have to.
So Charlie,
Charlie Beta Gamma Quadrant Borg
DMC.
Species. Okay, I think we're good.
This is where the clock tower used to be.
I am curious. Did they manage to get a model of a DeLorean, or did they have to like buy one, or was it one that you managed to get?
Not just the DeLorean, the whole square. I mean,
This is
it's
where it all started, 60 years ago.
the clock tower and
They
everything,
still haven't
dude.
fixed that
That's
clock?
more impressive than the DeLorean, in my opinion.
Figured they'd have robots pumping gas by now.
Listen, this part never gets old.
Sorry, some of that
It
music
does.
that they're playing in the background just makes me think of a Star Trek episode. I'm sorry.
Oh no, this gets better right here.
Oh my god. Sharknado. Oh my god.
Thought
Oh,
they were
somebody's
flying
seen it for the
cars,
first
not
time, thank
flying
God.
Jaws. Sharks look pretty real, though.
This
The president's Goldie Wilson. I mean, he said he was going to make something of himself.
President? Goldie Wilson
That's
there.
a good idea. I could
Yeah,
run
it is,
for
yeah.
president.
That's him.
I'd be the most powerful man in the world. Thanks a lot, fella.
Doc said to go to the Cafe 80s, but that doesn't look like a Cafe 80s. Don't interact with anyone.
don't interact with anyone.
That guy looks familiar, by the way. I can't put a finger on it. Looks a bit like a young Clive Owen.
Just a little bit.
You gonna order something?
Yeah, give me a slice.
Slice of what?
Right, how about a Coke Classic?
Coke Classic is back? You want a slice of Coke Classic?
Just give me some with caffeine in it.
It still is funny.
And it's not.
With caffeine
He
in
said
it.
he wanted a tab clear and
You know
something
what?
with no
You
sugar.
can go to Starbucks.
What the hell's a Starbucks?
We'll find out.
All I really wanted was a Pepsi.
I love his confusion. It's awesome.
Sorry, I just love that glorious display of espresso. That's like heaven
Oh,
to
yeah.
me.
Come on. No.
Yeah, I think this is the thing that.
Like a
that
rainbow should have been shooting
Damn it.
off of that board.
Why do we have to leave her alone?
Wait a minute, I've got a time machine. I could just go back.
Why does he sound more like Shaggy than Marty McFly?
no, he's pretty decent. Right with fire.
It's on. Flux capacitor fluxing.
It sounds a lot like Michael J. Fox. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Break for us. We got
Not this time. Come on. Zoink, scoop, son of a bitch. Whoa. Are those
Sorry, I got a
hoverboards?
fly in my face.
These boards don't work on air, you Bojo.
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 Hey, I'm looking for a payphone. Now, you know where I can find one?
Oh my
I need
God,
maintenance for my
payphones.
Mr. Fusion.
That was Mr. Fusion.
Or maybe phone book. Hey, can I get one of those at like a bookstore?
You mean like on Amazon?
I gotta go to South America to buy a book. Why stand in line? I mean, where's the line?
Haven't you heard of the internet?
Yeah, it's when you go fishing, it's the inner part of the net.
Oh my God.
Where have you been the last 30 years?
Look, I just need to find a phone booth.
So why don't you just use your cell phone?
Yeah, I don't need to sell a phone.
I don't want to buy your phone.
Sell a
What kind of
phone.
computer.
Computer?
You're punking us. Are you punking us?
No, punk. No, I'm like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Van Halen.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I got a Tandy for my birthday. I wanted an Atari, but
A Tandy? What the hell's a Tandy? What's wrong with you, man? You got no scrote?
Yeah, you got no scrote?
This is
How'd they dress?
glorious.
Good luck.
Yeah, nice gear, bro, Joe. Hey, what the heck is a Tandy? Okay? Okay, stop. Don't even tell me. We don't want to know. Do me a favor.
Typical
Go to the
millennials.
library, go on their computers and do a search. Just do a search.
There you
man.
go.
library. Sweet. They still got libraries in the future.
Hey, how about that?
Wait a minute. If I'm going to the library anyway, they got books there.
Who goes to the library?
Yeah, and who reads books anymore?
You know what?
I
You're out of time.
do.
Did you hear
I
him,
do.
Spike? He said he's gonna go get books.
Library closes at 5.
Are you the librarian?
Oh, well, today I was volunteer, librarian.
And maybe you can help me. Do you know anything about Mr. Fusion?
What is that, like a YouTube thing?
No, look. Do you know where I can find some plutonium?
Plutonium? Pretty sure it's hard to come by. I don't know, man. Like the internet.
Wait a minute. I figured in 2015 that plutonium would be available at every thrifty and save on.
It's not. But come back here tomorrow with your library card. I can get you on a computer.
I don't have a card for this library.
The driver's license works.
Oh wow.
This says it expires in 1987, and Martin McFly. That's my dad's name.
Uh-oh.
Dad's name.
Yeah. My dad is Marty McFly. I'm Devin McFly.
Not Marty Jr.?
No, I'm glad he didn't name me that, because Martin's an old man's name.
Well, hey, did your old man ever tell you about a DeLorean?
A time machine made out of a DeLorean?
God, you're my volunteer librarian.
And who are you?
You tell me. What do I mean your dad, what does he do?
He's the Marty McFly. He's a freaking rock star. Right now he's on his 1000th coming out of retirement reunion tour or whatever.
You doesn't think this guy looks like his dad?
Peace out, bro.
Rock star. I knew I'd make it. I knew it. Shit, Jennifer. Wait, look. Hey, you gotta help me. My girlfriend disappeared and I gotta use a DeLorean to find her. Where can I find some plutonium quick?
A nuclear power plant?
Nuclear power plant. What about 3 Mile Island? What about the China Cinder? What about Jane Fonda?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, the life of a beautiful girl depends on this.
All right, well, you don't need plutonium, right? You just need a lot of power.
You bet your ass I do. 1.21 gigawatts.
All right, I think I can help you.
All right. Where do you want the DeLorean?
Like he hasn't made the
Brown's house.
connection.
Wasn't this Doc Brown's man?
Yeah, it's Doc Brown's home.
I thought this place was destroyed.
No? You willed it to my
He was
dad about
a-
100 years ago.
I mean, he
He
knew
still
about the
visits
freaking-
us.
Oh my God.
Just knowing that
I'm getting all
your
nostalgic.
dad's a rock star. I mean, you guys must jam together, right?
You don't understand me any better than he does. I don't want to be a musician.
I want to
Guess
be a
I like my-
librarian.
I want to be a writer. By both of them.
Oh, writer's
Famous rock
good.
star,
Okay.
best-selling author. Big shoes to fill.
You know, if you put your mind to it, you
can accomplish anything. I know.
It's good advice.
He's not finding this a
Then
bit
why
weird
can't
at the
he
moment.
accomplish not ruining
A
a
little
single
bit.
birthday party?
Don't tell me he doesn't show up for your birthday.
Oh, he shows up and he rocks out. For my birthday, when I turned 5, he just jammed out while all the kids peed themselves. When I was 5, I didn't want a famous rock star. I wanted a dad.
Oh,
Mhm.
Famous rock star.
they got a pool and jacuzzi,
Yeah,
man. That can't be
It's
that
pretty
bad.
cool, I guess.
Oh, that's Doc
Check
Brown's
out his
place.
Vine.
What?
Vine.
Oh, like
Who the fuck
video.
does Vine?
Is this VHS or beta?
What?
Man, this thing is unbelievable.
You act like you've never seen a droid before.
Of course I have.
You might need to censor that
R2D2.
bit.
What are these?
R2D2.
Music, games, internet, whatever.
You telling me this sucker is a combo boombox, record player, VCR, video arcade, telephone, and digital watch? And this is crazy. Did Doc come up with this? Jesus.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Oh,
Jennifer.
Who's
that's the
that?
original Jennifer.
Oh, no one. It was, I don't know.
It almost sounded like your dad before his voice finally changed.
I wouldn't know what that sounds like.
So listen, I'm working late tonight. Have fun with your dad's groupies and his regular hangers-on.
Sure, Mom.
Honey, I'm just trying to keep you from being too respectable. Bye, sweetie.
Jennifer. Oh man, is she a sight for sore eyes?
Wait. Didn't you say that your girlfriend's name was Jennifer?
Coincidence. Yeah, you know, I mean, that is. Well, there's more than one Jennifer.
Come on, the kid knew about the frickin' DeLorean. How did he not make? How many Martys know about a DeLorean that time travels?
I like
Come
my
on.
dad's music. It just feels like
He's
he doesn't
telling
even
me.
know me. I don't even
He
think
probably
he reads
never
my
seen.
blog.
Has he ever seen pictures of his dad when he was
Doesn't
younger?
matter. I know.
For fuck's
Look,
sake?
you need
I was
power
about
for your
to
time
say
machine.
that. Like, he didn't
Wait
see
until you see
pictures of
Garage.
his dad when he was younger.
You just saw him rocking in 1955 and shit in the phone.
I
And there's
know.
Marty McFly.
No.
Hell.
I think it's going to be the DeLorean.
Tesla.
Oh my god. Or the
Whoa, that's heavy.
that's the car he liked.
Yeah, probably all of them together weigh over a ton.
So, hooking their batteries up to the DeLorean, you think that'll work?
No, we're not in the garage for the trucks.
Of course. Hooks that up to the DeLorean and go back in time. Look at the size of it.
That's ridiculous.
Man, this is great. I'm gonna go back to before Doc and I left Jennifer alone, then everything will be fine. Hey, Devin. You know, I really do like that movie.
All right, now you're weirding me out.
I'm really glad I met you. I mean, aside from helping me out, it's been education.
I don't know what it is, but I think my dad is gonna understand me better now.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Copyright.
Ronnie, you gotta come back with me.
Where?
Back to the future, to the year 2105.
2105? No, Doc. I just got the time machine working again. I gotta go back in time to save Jennifer.
This concerns her too.
What are you talking about? What happens to us in the future?
Both you and Jennifer turn out fine. Well, 2105, you're dead, but it's your great-great-grandkids, Marty. Something's gotta be done about your great-great-grandkids.
Rock and roll!
Oh, that same street.
For a second there, I thought I was gonna like fly down on the street for a second.
All right, Sam, why don't you go ahead and mute it because it's we don't want to get copyrighted as much as.
Sorry, this is.
Yeah, we're talking about not getting copyrighted.
Copyright personified. This tribute to the Back to the Future universe goes out with thanks to all the fans who loved the trilogy for the past 30 years, and with thanks to Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale for making time travel possible. Is there anything else to? Just credits. Is there an after credit scene? Nope. There isn't.
Tyler Dunivan, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. That was fantastic, by the way. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the corniness of it. It was hilarious, especially that little things when you're talking to those two people with a skateboard and they mentioned Amazon and how you had to go to South America. Oh my god, I almost died.
Why don't you just use your cell phone? Why do I need to sell a phone?
I don't want to buy buy your phone. Yeah, that was this was written and directed by the very talented Robert Bocage and produced by Ricky Dean Logan. The guy that was saying, I don't want to buy your phone. Just go to the library. That was Ricky. Ricky and Darlene were the two of the hoverboard punks from Back to the Future 2. And of course, Ricky is the one that had the line, "McFly, you bojo, those boards don't work on water." So that was him. And Darlene, the female hoverboard punk, in the movie she grabs Marty Jr. by the balls and says, "What's the matter, McFly? You got no scrote?" And like she had started to do it where she was like grabbing like by my belt loop, but then she ended up just grabbing me by the vest. But anyway, Zam, you mentioned Max, the guy in the coffee shop. You said he looks familiar. That's Max No Sleeves is his name on YouTube. He used to be he's like Jenna Marbles' ex-boyfriend. If you know who Jenna Marbles is, she's big.
I kind of know who she
Marbles
is.
sounds like a porn
A
star.
little bit, yeah.
No, she's not a porn star. She does like it's hard to explain the content, like crappy sort of like happy-go-lucky stuff.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, he used to be on her videos a lot, and then I guess they broke up, and he did his own thing. But and of course, cameo appearances by Dawn Full of Love, who played Goldie Wilson, and Claudia Wells, who played Jennifer in the first film.
Mm-hmm.
So
getting her was awesome.
I've worked with Claudia a handful of times. She's an absolute sweetheart. She's just a wonderful person to know. And the Sharknado, when they were watching, when it showed Sharknado on that laptop, the line was scripted. I was supposed to say, "A shark still looks fake," the line from Back to the Future 2 when the 3D Jaws comes down to eat him, and he's like, "Ah!" And then he stands up and realizes it's a hologram. He says, "Shark still looks fake." I thought it'd be funny if I said, "Sharks look pretty real, though." So I ad-libbed that line, and they liked it, so they kept it.
Well, I mean, in the 1980s, from the 1980s mentality and current day CGI, Sharknado probably does look freaking real. I mean, I thought Reboot, the show Reboot back in the 90s looked really good, and I went back and watched it recently, and I was like,
when it was out.
Yeah, I know, but now I watch it, and I'm like,
Reboot was awesome, man. I remember that. You telling me it looks dated now?
It looks dated. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it looks dated. Man, y'all get defensive about the stupidest things.
So, to do Michael J. Fox, did you have to do like any vocal exercises? Like, did you have to like listen to tapes as him, or was it just like you've just been such a fan that you've been practicing on your own? Or
well, I first did it as a Halloween costume in Halloween 2014. And then I went to a convention a week later, and I started doing the voice, and people would freak out. And I went back and watched, and that's when I decided to do, maybe I should do this for, as a side gig, like for money. Maybe I should try to do this like as a living. And that's how I got started being a professional Michael J. Fox impersonator. But I went back and watched the movies and realized that I was kind of overdoing the voice. So I kind of scaled it back a little bit. And by that time, the following September when we shot it in 2015, I pretty much had the voice down to where I wanted it.
Did you actually make that 2021? Sorry, 21. What year was it you were supposed to go to save your grandkid? 2105. Did you end up doing something like that by any chance?
No, there was no kind of sequel or anything. It was just a one-off. It was just a joke,
Yeah, they pull a Discovery and go into the future, like way in the future.
Yeah, imagine that. So, you must have done. I mean, considering you've nailed this, you must have done some other fan films in the past, playing Marty McFly.
I've done a couple of things. There was some guys in Belgium that were making their own, Back to the Future fan film about Doc's kids when they were grown. They're like in their 20s or something, and they had me record a little clip, and of course it's subtitled because it's all in what language is it? French? Is that what they speak in Belgium? I don't know.
They speak French. They speak Flemish. You know.
Okay. Well,
So, yeah.
it was in French or whatever, so it was. But so they're all speaking, their language, and I'm speaking English. So I guess they had me subtitled so that they could, understand it. But just this real short little clip, and I think they, I asked them for a little bit of money, and they gave it to me. And but that's this was the only actual like Back to the Future fan film that I've done. I mean, I've got several like. Oh no, there's another one. There's one called that we just did, was just made last year, called it's called Project 85, and it's a total recreation of scene for scene, shot for shot, of the original Back to the Future, and each scene is made by a different group of people from all over the world, and some of them, some of it's animated, you got all different styles of animation, like stop motion animation and 3D and 2D animation, and a
Is
lot
that
of
Star
it's
Wars
live action
Uncut? Yeah.
cartoons.
Have you seen
I'm
Star
not
Wars
familiar
Uncut?
with that.
Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Fair enough. Sounds very similar. But anyway,
But
that was
anyways,
also done by people as well.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like kind of the same thing. And my wife at the time, and I, Sharmilla, who was in Cosmic Stream, went and did a scene, and Josh Irwin shot it for us. We did the scene, the Hill Valley Square scene, right after he's gotten rejected for the band like tryouts, and they're talking about it, and when the truck rolls by, and he's like, check out that 4x4, that is hot, and then the Save the Clock Tower lady comes up, save the clock tower, and anyway, yeah, we reenacted that scene, and it starts at about 7 minutes in to Project 85, and so we talked to several members of the production team who were editing it and putting it all together, and they were like, your scene is like the best in the whole film, and I was like, really cool, that's good to hear. It was
How long was your scene for?
It's like 2 minutes, I think, between 2 and 3 minutes.
Okay. Fair enough. So Tyler, what else have you got hidden for us to look at in the future? Because you do Star Trek, you do Back to the Future. I personally think that you could easily play Luke Skywalker if you grow that beard back, man. Honestly, he did. I swear to God, you should see him with the beard. He looks so much like Mark Hamill. It's incredible, and I think that's definitely a way forward for you, in my opinion. But is there anything else you got? Any other jewels for us to look at?
Oh gosh, I think I've thrown most of most of my stuff at you guys already. Josh mentioned a movie Rain that we did. Yeah, he was telling you guys about it. The one where I act like a crackhead.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Is that the Faith movie?
Yes, that's the faith-based film.
Oh, that'll be interesting. We've got some religious people in this panel right now, as well as some atheists. So I'd love to watch that with all you guys. That would be awesome. You gotta send us a link. I'll wait, but I just want to throw it around to the rest of you guys. You got anything to ask, Tyler? Shada, you look like you burst into say something.
Two questions really. First of all, with regard to the DeLorean, how did you acquire that for the film? Was this something you rent from a specialist prop?
Yeah, it was a rental. Rented it from a guy there in LA that has a time machine DeLorean, and he runs a website that rents out where other DeLorean time machine owners like across the country go are registered on his website to rent their cars as well.
This thing.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of enthusiasts who make like DeLoreans, but
yeah,
I wasn't sure how you acquired one for this movie, so I was.
Well, I'm also good friends with a guy named Video Bob Mosley of Bob's Prop Shop.
Love that name.
Dallas. He used to be in Dallas, now he's in Vegas. But that's what he does is he converts, people pay him money to convert their DeLorean into time machine DeLoreans. So
yeah.
And what? I'm sorry. What was? Did I answer that question, Shredder?
Yeah, that was fantastic. My second question was, you said that you do Marty McFly impersonating as a side gig. Do you make a decent living on that? 'Cause it's something I'd quite like to
Well,
do
not since
myself.
COVID, no. And it's always, it's, I'm very well paid for it when I do it, because my day rate is, I charge what I think I'm worth, and because if you just want somebody in a costume to, throw on a Marty McFly costume and, whatever, then that, pay them $100, couple $100, whatever, or get somebody to do it for free. If you want people at your event to say, "Oh my God, how did you get Michael J. Fox to show up?"
Yeah.
Then you pay my day rate.
Well, the reason is I was thinking of getting into celebrity look-alike work. I mean, Sam tells me I look like Fabio, so.
I see it.
Yeah, Zam, when your next birthday cut 45, buddy, 45. Michael J. Fox is showing up on your doorstep.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll fly Tyler over.
Oh, that's what I'm
That'd be
saying.
so
Yeah,
awesome.
that's what Marty McFly showing up on his porch. We'll fly him over
By the
there.
I've been to UK twice. I've been to UK twice. I wouldn't mind a third time.
That location, I mean, it really felt like the town square. Was it the actual set? I thought they would have knocked that down by now.
Well, no, it's the same set. Obviously, it's changed, but that is the Universal Studios backlot, where the Hill Valley Square and the clock tower and everything. Now, it's not the same clock tower. The building that the face of that building is like another facade that has been put up in front of it. It's it's just set. But yeah, that's the Universal Studios backlot where they shot it, and Doc Brown's mansion exterior. It's called the Gamble House. It's like a museum or something in the garage. And I reenacted that scene. I got to reenact that scene at the Gamble House at a live event one time, where he's like, and who's president of the United States in 1985? And Marty says, Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, the actor? And then he starts running down the hill, and I'm chasing him. And yeah, I got that video that I can show you sometime. But yeah, 2 original shooting locations. And they did. I think Ricky said he only had to pay like a couple grand, I think, for the backlot for the day. And it's funny because they were doing tours. They had tram tours. They were coming through with all these tourists on them, and they were like, and this is the backlot where Back to the Future was shot, and we're filming this thing. And Doc and I had to keep coming out of the alley and going back into the car to do. We did like 3 or 4 takes. And I think they didn't end up oh yeah, they did use it. It's where you see the car pulling into the alley, in case they could see us through the thing, the glass. And we kept having to come out of that alley, and these trams are coming by, and they'd see us, and they just freak out. And I was, and as they would pass, I would be like, I have to tell you about the future, And they're like, oh my God! They're all taking pictures of us and shit, and it was pretty cool. They thought that it was like part of the tour.
I'm sure NBC Universal just love that.
Boss man, you got something to say?
Yeah. Was there anything that was cut that you wish was in the actual thing? Anything that was ended up on the clip room for you, like, oh, I wish they included that scene because I really enjoyed it.
I don't think so. I don't think they really cut anything out. Everything that I remember doing is in it.
All right. Second thing, I mean, like the chemistry you had, the guy who plays Marty's son was pretty decent. Who's that actor? I don't think I've seen him in much stuff.
His name is Aaron Burns. They just did a casting call, and they were. Robert told me that he was looking for more of a George McFly type to play Devin. Capture that kind of essence. So, and they just did a casting call and found him. They were looking, and Ricky was telling me, while he was telling the interviewers in another interview, a video interview that he and I were on, that he had been planning this. He was, they've been looking for a Marty McFly for this film, and and then I was at an event in Vegas. This is when I first started doing it. I went out to Vegas to do street cosplay because I read an article about like how much money some of these people make, and I'm like, you know what? I was working 70, 80 hours at the grocery store at the time. Like I was running a grocery store, and it was killing me, and I was miserable. And you know, there was one week where I managed to work in 2 gigs. I got called, you know, to do 2 different gigs in a week, and I realized that for 6 hours of, you know, not work, 6 hours of doing this, you know, dressing up like Marty McFly and going to events, that I made more in 6 hours than I made in a week at the grocery store. And finally, I was, you know, the job was killing me. And finally, I was like, no, fuck this. I got to do something. So I quit my job. I planned a trip to go out to Vegas, and it just so happened. It's pure coincidence. When I planned my trip there was a big Back to the Future event, and Christopher Lloyd was there, Claudia Wells, Leah
Wow.
Thompson, yeah, just about everybody. Fox wasn't there, of course, but anyway, and so this guy calls me, this DeLorean owner. He calls me up and says, or he messages me and he says, hey, I saw your post on Facebook that you're going to Vegas. There's going to be a big event there, and this is the DeLorean owner whose car we used in Back to 2015 Future. So I'm like, yeah, give me a call. So he calls me up and he says, hey, you know, I'm so and so, and I'm good friends with Don Fullilove, who played Goldie Wilson, and we've been watching some of your videos of you at events and stuff, and we think you're pretty damn cool. Don wants to get you into this event. There's going to be an Enchantment Under the Sea dance kind of after party that night, and Don wants you to come as his guest. And I was like, how cool is this? You know, Goldie Wilson is asking me to be his guest at this thing. So we go to this thing, and I meet Don. I meet the DeLorean owner, and the really nice guys. And we go to the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, and I'm doing my thing. I walk up to the bar, and I'm like, yeah, give me a tab, you know. And the bartender just starts laughing his ass off, and I'm like, how about a Pepsi Free? And he just keeps laughing. I'm like, just give me something with no sugar in it, you know, or without any sugar in it. And this guy walks up behind me and he says, hey, how you doing? I'm my name's Ricky Dean Logan. You look great, you sound great, you look just like him. I'm putting together a little movie, a little Back to the Future parody, and I've been looking for a guy to play Marty McFly, and I think I might have just found him. How'd you like to come out to LA for a couple of days and make a little movie? And I was like, yeah, sounds great. So, and Ricky would later tell me, he said in an interview one time that he met me, and then he walks outside into the lobby of the place or whatever, and he called the director, and he's like, hey, I just found the guy, stop looking, you know. So
have you ever met Michael J. Fox?
no, I have not. I was supposed to one year at a convention, and then he backed out like 2 days before.
Fair enough.
I was doing.
He's got Parkinson's and stuff, so.
Yeah.
So.
The reason he backed out was he was filming for Designated Survivor.
Okay.
Because I guess he was in it, so.
But you met Christopher Lloyd, yeah?
I did meet Christopher Lloyd. I've sort of met Christopher Lloyd twice. There's a picture of me and Claudia Wells when Claudia and I first met. I was at this thing on Fremont, in Vegas. I was at this event, and a security person walks up to me and says, "Hey, come with me." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What did I do?" And I guess Claudia saw me, and she was, and they had gates. There was this area that was gated off and everything. And Christopher Lloyd was sitting at his autograph table, and they were like, and Claudia's like, "No, that guy's with me, and get that guy over here." And they open up the gate, and a security person leads me through, and she wanted, she was like, "Yeah, let's take our picture together and do the dialogue from the scene at the end where he's like, "Ah, are you a sight for sore eyes?" And she was like, "Marty, yeah, you haven't seen me in a week." And we did a little video of that, and she pulled me over right in front of Christopher Lloyd, and so there's this picture of me and Claudia together, and Christopher with a Christopher Lloyd photo bomb, and he's just looking at me going, like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
So as
go.
I said, did you get to speak any Star Trek at all to Christopher Lloyd?
No, I didn't. It was very brief. Like I
Mm.
said, the event host was on a Skype call with him. He's like, "Hey, Chris, there's somebody who wants to say hi to you." And I run over, and I'm in, full Marty get up and everything. And I run over, and I get on camera, and I'm like, Doc, you left your truck in the parking lot. I got to go take care of it." And I had to be really quick because I had to go get in the DeLorean to do a live reenactment in time with the movie as it was playing. We did the chase scene and all that, where the Libyans and the Volkswagen bus were chasing me driving the DeLorean around the parking lot of the Twin Pines Mall. It was that's probably the most fun that I've had. I got to reenact the chase scene at the shooting location in DeLorean, being chased by the stunt coordinator from the film. But anyway, no, I didn't get to talk to Christopher Lloyd at any length. I just got to do that for a few seconds. And when I did, when I come on screen, he goes, Christopher. He didn't know that was going to happen, and Christopher Lloyd goes,
Oh,
You impressed him.
awesome.
Leia, you got anything to say?
No, I'm sorry. I'm just like, I'm just stunned at what I saw. I'm just like, oh my god, you are a dead ringer for Marty. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I
It was
am.
amazing to watch.
Get out of town.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I am not a Back to the Future fan.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I will go on the record. Everybody here knows I am not a Back to the Future fan at all. But yeah, you are definitely a dead ringer for Michael J. Fox. And I do like the premise of this, where you actually go to the future, to the actual 2015. Like, I feel like it's a good parallel to that whole thing, and that's one of the things that I enjoyed actually watching. Like the Marty McFly interacting with with all the stuff in 2015, like the Amazon and everything, like we were all laughing about. So I love those interesting concepts that people go back and do, because it's very creative, I felt.
The rush of nostalgia when you had that little blurb about Coke Classic.
You guys don't do Coke Classic anymore?
Yeah,
in
it was.
America?
Oh, that
No.
was right. Well,
That
it
was just
would have been like
I
right
think
around.
that it's a very 80s thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I do recall it. I do recall when I was last there, Coke Classic and stuff like that. But that was a while back. But yeah,
You could always do the
this was a lot
90s
of
and do
fun.
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal Pepsi. Apparently, there's a marshmallow flavor coming out with Pepsi. Yeah. Anyway,
Sounds a bit gross.
Yeah, it sounds weird, and Pepsi's gross anyway. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, anything more to say before we wrap this up?
When is the Captain Mason Marty McFly crossover? That's what I want to know.
So that film, that Axonar film that Josh was telling you about, Interlude, that he was the DP on, I had to replace the chief engineer. So we had to drive down to Atlanta to do that. So I'm only on screen for like 30 seconds in it, but I did part of the chief engineer. And the executive producer of the film requested that I do one take as, like, in character as Marty McFly, but dressed like the chief engineer.
Nice.
So I'll try to get that to you guys so you can see it.
Excellent.
We do some good Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonations. Oh, so he's gone. Okay, I think we should wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentlemen. Okay, so we're gonna be back in the future, talking some. Yeah, well, we got some wrestling content to talk about in the future.
Well, I tend to be rather at a loss there.
Yeah, well, you always get your hubby on. I'm sure I'm sure he remembers beautiful Bobby Eaton. You want to quickly shout that to him? Is he there with you?
Oh yeah, he's awake.
Yeah,
So-
tell him beautiful Bobby Eaton is dead.
Zam wants me to inform you that beautiful Bobby Eaton is dead.
Oh, that sucks.
You hear that?
yeah, I heard that. But not just that, but there's obviously tons of wrestling. Yeah, he's done that flying leg drop. That's what I remember him about. But he's passed away. There's obviously a lot of wrestling content to come in the future, and we will be talking that this week on NerdTube. But other than that, I think we're going to be shooting off now. You know, we have to go forward in time. So, Shredder, Leia, Cousin Cheeto, Gary, thank you very much for joining us all. We'll catch you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.